What's going on, YouTube? Back with another video. Today we got it's kind of like a lock, kind of like a popper build, I guess you can say. Came out to a ball snatching Middy score, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what we do around here. But yeah, I'm pretty much just going to show you off the build, then go into the cap breakers and how I plan on using mine. So I made this build before I even saw the cap breakers. I made this build a while ago. So it's kind of made for 3s, 2s-ish mainly, but I have used him in 5s, and he's perfectly fine in 5s too. Only thing you really got to worry about, nothing really, to be honest. Like, a lot of builds this year are good. I'm kind of just showing this build off in case you guys are looking for another build to make, just showing you guys this one. But yeah, I can't really say he has any weaknesses if you know how to use the build properly. If not, there's some things you can update or even use your cap breakers on. So I'll basically just get into the video. So alright, so to finish off my intro, basically, if y'all been here before, y'all know I like to spread the word in the intro pretty much. So from Romans chapter 8 verse 19, the creation waits in eager expectation for the sons of God to be revealed. So yeah, that's Romans chapter 8 verse 19. Hey man, it's just I don't even know. When to break it down, we are the creation, obviously the creation of God, and we're waiting for the expectation, the fact that we know that he's coming back, and we're just waiting for that time as his creation. When I first read Revelation, I was a little nervous, you know what I'm saying? I was like, man, this sounds crazy. Like, when he come back, like, it's about, like, what's about to happen type stuff. And then, you know, the more I read in full the word of God, the more I read, the more I grew in my relationship with Christ. I was like, when you start to read the things that he promised and the things that are of this world compared to what's to come, and you know which side that you're gonna be on, all you can do is have joy and hope and just eagerly, like it says, we're just waiting eagerly for his return. Like when he comes back, like I'm sure a lot of people feel like that too, but when he comes back, when I read anything about his second coming, it's just straight joy, it's just straight eagerness, and I can't wait till that time comes, because this earth it's a lot. It's a lot that goes on, and it's a lot that I'm gonna say kind of in this way, it's a lot that we just won't have to deal with no more, you know. So it's a lot of stresses, a lot of evil, a lot of everything that we just won't have to deal with when he comes back to handle it for us. So all glory goes to him, and all thanks goes to him. And when that time comes, I know there's a lot of joy that's gonna be happening, but until then, all we can do is just wait eagerly, you know. That's sometimes the hardest thing to do, is be patient and wait, but there's joy and blessings in the wait as well. So just know that God loves you all, and he is coming back. That's all I can say on that. Let's go ahead and get into the build. Alright, so I went with a small forward. No, I didn't. I lied. I went with a center. I went with a 6'8" center, just because when I run 5s, I do like running the center. I went 244, and then I went 7-foot wingspan. If I could change it, I'll make them lighter so I can make them faster. I didn't realize you needed an 80 agility for on-ball menace, I think gold. So I definitely would change that. The reason why I had it here at the 244 was because of the defensive rebound at the 92. So that would be gold box out beast, I want to say. Or rebound chaser's 90. No, yeah, gold rebound chaser, I'm sure. So that's why I put that there, and then 7-foot wingspan. So everything was calculated. You can just kind of calculate it a different way. This was before I really even was playing online. This was like 3-4 days after the game came out, so I wasn't really seeing that the meta was shooting like that. I didn't dive too deep in, so I definitely would change it. I thought 7-4s would be playing a little more inside, so I did want to be able to guard inside the paint and outside. We still got to see what they do with contest, so the whole meta might shift, but this build's pretty much still overall all around, so that's pretty much straight 2. So he is a lock. That was the whole primary purpose of this build. So to start, I went with 86 perim, because I was like, dang, let me use my cap breakers on perim just in case I want to get it to that 91. I'll put it at an 86 right here. So at the 86, let me expand this. You get that gold on ball, but it doesn't show up because you need the agility. Then I went with an 85 steel. I still would say go with the 85 steel because I specialize in defense. So what I'm gonna do is, or what I did, I'll show you guys after what I did with all that. But after that, I went with an 88 block. So with an 88 block, you get the paint patroller and high flying. I went 88 interior too, because with an 88 interior, can't remember what you get. It might have been the paint patroller. I can't remember. I hate having to look through all these things. It might be post lockdown. So let me put my strength to where I had it. So let's go to the physicals. So I maxed out my speed at an 85 because why wouldn't you? And same with your agile. Strength, I moved to an 86. Is it post lockdown? Yeah, so it's the post lockdown. I was going with the 88 interior. So I went 86 here because I'm a +5 that to get the brick wall on gold just in case I'm setting screens. I want to have some better screens than just the silver. And then just so I can get some better rebound and block animations, not animations, but you do get better animations with the vert. So that's why you always go with vert. Helps you with blocks, helps you with boards. Do not let anybody tell you that it doesn't. There is a sweet spot still. There is at a point where it doesn't really help you that much, so there's no point on going over. I would say 80 to 85 vert would always be that sweet spot. You don't really have to go too much higher. D board, I went 92. Like I said, that gold rebound chaser. O board, I left down because I'm like, if I'm playing with people, my 3 squad and my 2 squad, I really don't need O board like that because the way shooting was looking when I first made it, and I still do agree with this, I still don't get that many O boards, but I could just take it or put my cap breakers on it. I'll show you guys what I did with it later, but you can pretty much do that and get O board. But that was my thought process with that. Would I change it? No. Pass sack, we're gonna leave. We're gonna go shooting now. So with shooting, let's save the playmaking for last. With shooting, I went 89 Middy just so I have that gold set shot. That's pretty much the most important thing you can get right there, that gold set shot. Then I went with an 83 ball. Honestly, I would bring it down if I could, because at an 80 you really don't get nothing. I mean, you do get some new takeovers. I don't even know which ones you get. Oh, you get this sharp one. So I would leave it there then. So that's what I did with the shooting. I left free throw at a 64 because I'm not going to really be playing inside with this build, so I didn't expect to get to the line like that, which I still don't. So the finishing's good where it's at. This build is more so a popper build. I can get to the cup and dunk, so what I did was just move this up to a 60, and then I move my layup up to a 50, and then this all stayed the same. Did it? What is different? I always do this, bro, every freaking build. I was at a 46. So that's pretty much what I did with the build. This literally is the build. Ball handling speed with ball just moved up on its own. So my thought process the whole time was, let's just see what they give me with the defense. I'm just gonna go all in on defense, just be a straight lock. And not, obviously not like perfect, but I wanted to be able to guard both ball 1 through 5. Basically, I want to be able to guard 1 through 5. This finishing is enough to get to the, not get to the cup, because that's not what I made the build to do, was get to the cup. Just pop off the screens. If I have to roll, I can roll and still finish. I have the standing dunk animations and I have the driving dunk animations. So I have that. I know you're probably looking, oh, 25 pass sack, bro. 25 pass sack is perfectly fine. The higher pass sack makes your passes snap faster, yes, but the 25 pass sack, I played in the rec with my 87 pass sack big and my 25 pass sack build right here. And I was trying to throw like full court passes with both of them. One has a gold break starter, the other one doesn't. They still throw the same air and passes up the court. So there's really no, you can get away with the 25 pass sack more than you probably expect. So that's all I'm trying to get across. I'm not saying you don't need pass sack. Certain builds do need pass sack, especially if you're a guard. But the 25 pass sack is perfectly fine if you're using the build right. You just have to time your passes better. Just know which passes you're making. So this is more of a comp build in that regard, to where I'm not going to waste it. But even if you want to, you can put your cap breakers on pass sack too, so you still have that option. So right here you can see what the shades are: Boogie, Miles Turner, Wes Unseld, and then his weaknesses: can't dunk and he can't pass. So that's all it really says, which we knew that, but I'm not using the build to dunk or to pass. So don't let the weaknesses really get to you, or the strengths. I really don't look into that stuff like that. But that's pretty much the build that I made, and I'm just going to go ahead and show y'all the actual build and where it's at right now. All right, so here's the build after I maxed him out. Not maxed him, but he is a 99 now. And then, so here is my cap breaker screen. So you can see how many cap breakers I had. I actually only have 4 cap breakers, and then the 2 for my specialization. So I finished my specialization and I chose defense. So my original plan with the defense specialization was to use my perim and get it to a 91, but I don't have, that didn't even make sense anyway now that I'm thinking about it. That's why I just paused. So that was my original plan. So that's why I really did mess up with it, because I was like, oh, let me get gold on ball with them, and I can't even do that until you get to, I think it's a 92. It might be 91. I don't know, but either way, you need an 80 agility. So I don't have that anyway, so I can't put that on there. So I switched my plan to just putting my specialization cap breakers straight on defense, or straight on strength, because I was going to get that 91 anyway. So my next 3 will go here. But then I was looking at the cap breaker screen and I'm like, wow, I could really make this build dribble. So especially on twos or even threes, the way the switches work, once people switch like that, playing threes with this build, if you're playing a comp game, you're going to get either a tall center on you or the small guard. So you can pretty much just score straight on both of them because you're going to be faster than the 7'4" center, or you're going to be bigger than the small guard and can either shoot over them. So however you want to do it, you can play it like that. I just like playing to dribble, so I can get the Zach LaVine dribble style, which is what I'm going to build up to. And then I'll probably just get this 70. I might finish off ball handle in total, get it to that 82. I probably will. But those are where I'm going to put my next cap breakers at. So that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cap breakers I need to finish off my ball handle, speed with ball, and strength. I'm definitely putting speed with ball next though, just because I need some better dribble styles, some better launches too. And then after I get those, my later cap breakers, like I said, you can put yours on pass act. I'm probably going to go drive and dunk though. Still thinking about it, maybe even O-board. See, like, these are the builds where you have options, however you want to play it. But those are, I'm still really debating, but more than likely driving dunk after that. But that's pretty much that, just so you guys can see the badges and how I'm using them. So, have all these. I haven't get my crew ones yet because we're not maxed out crew yet. So I put a max +1 on interceptor, max +1 on paint patroller. So that's fine where it's at. Clutch Gene, Rebound Chaser, and Brick Wall, just so it does upgrade in late games. I want to be able to confirm the boards or have a better chance of getting those boards and a better screens when the game comes towards the end. Because if you look at my tier 2 badges, none of these really, I wouldn't put none of these there for that Clutch Gene, I would say. So I felt like that was the best one, was that Brick Wall. Max +2 in Challenger, just to hope and pray that that does something, which it feels like it just does not this year. But yeah, that's how that feels. Just put that on. You can go offense if you want, but since he is a log, I just said Challenger. And then Legend Immovable is actually one of the better badges you can get. In my personal opinion, Immovable is better than All Ball Menace. I always felt that since 24 when they introduced both of those. But since you got it on Legend, that's where I would keep it at, just because I feel like that's the more important badge. And then since that's my okay, so I'll probably flip this because this is just where I had it. I got these two before I had the my specialization ones done. So once the season ends, I'm just gonna flip these, just put these down here. But I also max +1 high flying just to get better. It says it raises the chances of getting a block when moving at a high speed. So when you're sprinting, so just to have it on there. And then on ball too, just because he is a lock. So I just pretty much every defensive and rebounding badge, pretty much just all my max pluses. And then these ones I'll probably put on, what is that, you get a tier 1 and a tier 2. This one I'll probably put on something like post lockdown, even though people don't post up now. I'm not going to waste it on that. Honestly, probably off ball pass, see what that does. And then this one I'll probably do like pogo or something like that, but by that time I might have better playmaking. So it really just depends on that. And then take over, these are just my custom takes. This is the one I use the most. I buff interior, perimeter, and block. I'll probably honestly get rid of interior because people don't even play interior. This one, block, board, both boards, and that's more so if I'm playing against like a footer or a 7'4", I should say, this year. And then against the guard, like if I'm running something and there's more like there's 3 6/8s on 3s or 2 6/8s on 2s, I'll go perimeter, steal, and block. Always want to have the blocks, that helps you get the contest. And then this is what I had when I was grinding my specialization, so it was just straight block. So finish my specialization and that's that. And then just so you guys can see the SIGs if you want, really not rocking much, but this is where I'm at with it. Let me change this real quick to code. Yeah, that's that pretty much. You guys can just look through it. I'll show you guys my jump shot too. Which one am I rocking? 4. Here's the jumper, Ray Allen, Mike Wang, AJ Green. That's the blend. And then here are the dunks that I'm using, just athletic hangs off one, standing dunks, and CJ's been helping me get more dunks in general. So that's pretty much the build. I made this build video way too long, so I'm gonna go ahead and chalk it here. Pray you guys enjoy the rest of your day. If you guys want any more specific builds, got any recommendations, drop anything down in the comments. Always willing to chop it up. But until then, I guess I'll catch y'all in the next one.